The LPGA's return to the Portland area has been highlighted by gorgeous conditions and a little bit of everything that this tour has to offer. The future of the game and the innocent smile of youth. The willpower of a rising star. Confidence as reflected by the tour's best. And the joy of a rejuvenated champion. We're ready for a great finish because it's another beautiful day at the Safeway. The Golf Channel is proud to present the LPGA Tour. We're in the magnificent Northwest in Portland, Oregon for final round coverage of the Safeway Classic. Well, allow me to say it, for the third straight day, it is an absolutely ideal afternoon for the great game of golf. We are at Columbia Edgewater Country Club. Built in 1925, recently restored by the respected architect Arthur Hills. Portland, Oregon, absolutely sparkling all week long. And the golf has matched the beauty. Annika Sorenstam, Beth Daniel, Christy Kerr tied after 2 rounds of this 54-hole event at 9 under par. Now action from earlier in round number 3, and Donna Capone. Annika wasted little time in breaking from the gate.
Does that surprise you? You know she's going to try and go as low as possible today to defend her title.
Beth Daniel opens with a round 1 personal career best, 10 under 62. Came back with 73 in round number 2. Beautiful iron shot here. The problem in round 2 was putting. 35 putts versus 25 in round number 1. Can she get the big stick rolling on Sunday?
Now she needs to get him to lip in, not lip out, and that's what that has done. Hit a beautiful 6-iron in there, pin high.
Christy Kerr. Second shot at the par 4. She's paired with Annika Sorenstam in the final twosome of the day. Just 1 win in her career, 25 years old, very promising.
One thing she said is, I just have to hit quality shots. I don't have to hit miracle shots.
Now Beth Daniel for eagle at the 5th.
Oh, goodness. How does that stay out?
Second shot at the par 5 5th for Annika Sorenstam.
Very reachable par 5. And look at this shot, right at the flag. Oh my, what a beautiful shot.
Christy Kerr, 3rd shot at the par 5 5th.
Just a little bump and run, has lots of green to work with. Kind of shot Rich you could chip in.
And this one's tracking, head for home. Now Annika trying to take care of business. Relatively simple eagle putt, and a bit of a disappointment there for Annika Sorenstam, so she will settle for the birdie. The eagle gets away, or does it? 102 yards, 54-degree sand wedge, and do that, Annika Sorenstam. An eagle at the 6th. Crowd loves it, big crowd. Now for another eagle, trying to go back-to-back at number 7. Long putt, some 45 feet.
Greens are perfect, just get it started on the line, and
one more time, Annika. 5 under in a 3-hole stretch. Now we begin to think maybe 59, who knows. Annika Sorenstam, just a 1-shot lead despite the 2 eagles, so players are keeping pace. Action is unfolding at breakneck speed right now. Meg Mallon, by the way, made a hole-in-one at number 8. Let me borrow the line. These girls are good. Well, the conditions are just superb. The temperatures have been unseasonably warm throughout the week, close to 90. It's a bit cooler today. Absolutely perfect. And you see good crowds today. Christy Kerr for birdie at number 9.
The one difference that we saw there was the weather, where it said calm today. Yesterday they had 15 to 20 mile, maybe not quite that much, maybe 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, which made this golf course much tougher. Players are saying, have to see what the weather's like today. As we see Christy putting there for birdie, and knowing that there is a 62 out there, and who knows, it might be Annika shooting it.
Christy Kerr will remain 2 shots back. We'll stay here. Annika Sorenstam. You can see her coin just a couple of feet from the hole. This is a par putt.
This 9th hole was the second hardest hole through the first 2 rounds. It's a straightaway par 4, but it's a tricky one. It has lots of little subtle rolls in the fairway, and this is the kind of golf course, Rich, you've got to keep the ball in the fairway. And that's what the top players here that are on our leaderboard are doing. They're keeping the ball in play. If you get it in the fairway off the tee, relatively easy shots into the green.
And the players love this golf course, and they have told us that these are possibly the best greens they will putt all year long. And just this note, Michelle Wee, the 13-year-old, is in the field playing pretty well. 1 over for the day, 2 under for the tournament. Someday hopes to occupy the spot held by this woman, number 1 in the world. Hi again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside the Hall of Fame member and a 4-time winner of this event, Donna Caponi. And Annika Sorenstam just continues to amaze. She is not merely an athlete who is interested in all of the victories and the accompanying fame and wealth. She is interested, Donna, in mastering this very difficult game, and she's coming as close to doing it as anyone we have seen in a long, long time.
You know, you made a point yesterday that I thought was really good. You were talking about Annika's golf swing and how it's like a machine, how it repeats. And that is our ultimate goal of a player to be successful on any tour, is to be able to have a golf swing that will work under pressure, to go to the golf course, not have to think about it, but just execute it. And she works extremely hard on that, trying to get all the flaws out.
There just is no deviation in the golf
correct.
swing. For all of us amateurs who have that little come over, the right shoulder, if you're a right-handed player, I mean, everything is down the line for Annika Sorenstam.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of the other players who are chasing, and this thing is by no means over. I mean, I think you have to be impressed with the way that Daniel and Kerr have responded to the early 5-under charge by Annika Sorenstam. Beth Daniel certainly, for one, won't be rattled.
No, she won't be, and she knows that she has to stay within her own game plan. You can't play Annika, you can't play the leaderboard, you have to play the golf course. Beth has been there an awful lot, 33 wins, Hall of Fame member, so she knows exactly what it takes. This is a golf course that she's very comfortable on. She said in the past she hasn't really done anything at this event, but it's a golf course that she loves. And as you talked about, the players love it.
Christy Kerr turned professional at 18 and has had designs for some time on greatness. She does not want to merely be an ordinary player. So this is an important day for her. I think she stands to gain the most. She's playing alongside 2 of the best in the sport. She's paired with Annika Sorenstam. This is a day where she'd like to really make some noise.
But you know what she has done? She's had quite a few second-place finishes so far, had an opportunity to win, didn't shoot that really, really low number on Sunday. But what she has done is that she's put herself in a position playing with these great players and seeing that they don't hit miracle shots, other than Annika holding it out on number 6. But they don't hit miracle shots every time. They hit quality shots, and she's figured out to win out here and be consistent, just hit quality shots. You don't have to be 100% perfect. You can be 80 or 85%.
Well, we are in store for, and you've seen it already, just a sensational afternoon of golf. And joining us, we've got a terrific team. Lisa Kiggins, Kay Cockerell, and Val Skinner, all LPGA veterans. So we have got this Safeway Classic covered for you from top to bottom. And you can see it's just a picturesque golf course. Beautiful trees, colors are just vivid. And let's go to the par 5 10th, Beth Daniel, and we rejoin Lisa Kiggins.
Rich, thank you, but actually her playing competitors up first. Both drove it just perfectly.
This is Soo-Yoon Kang, young Korean player.
220 to the front edge. Very difficult pin position today on the left side, tucked right over the bunker.
probably rather be in the bunker than short of it. At least in the bunker, she can put a lot more spin on it. Coming out of that short rough, she's not going to be able to spin it as well as, although, as you said, these players are very talented.
Getting better and better all the time. And now Beth Daniel.
Beth with 3 wood in hand. Just want to bring it in just right of the flagstick.
Let's move ahead to number 11. Just a moment ago, Grace Park with this effort, and we bring in Val Skinner. Val?
Well, Grace with just 100 yards here, Rich, to a very favorable pin. She's got to get going. She needs to make a move quickly.
Struggled a little bit yesterday. She hurt her back was a little bit stiff and felt like some of her errant irons was from that.
And now to the 10th tee, and our leader, Annika Sorenstam.
It'd be an understatement to say she's coming to this back 9 with a little bit of momentum. 5 under on that first 9. Amazing. And this 10th hole, I'm sure she wants to get back at it. It has vexed her thus far. 2 pars. She reached it in 2 the first round and 3 putt. Big drive here would be just perfect. If she can get it down there far enough and have maybe her 7 wood in. No, hit it too far to the right.
And she got a great bounce. And she is on the right side of the fairway. It is all working for world number 1. And we'll stay for Christy Kerr. And Kay, how are the galleries out there? They look excellent. They look sizable.
Very sizable. You know, they're getting treated to a wonderful show thus far. Christy Kerr, I think she has to be pleased with the way she's playing. She's staying close to Annika. I mean, you have to tip your hat to Annika if you're Christy and say, hey, how can I compete with a hole out from the fairway? But I'm going to make sure you know I'm here.
And Christy Kerr is 3 under par through her
Great
first
drive.
9 holes. And now Grace Park at number 11 for birdie.
Grace needs to accommodate this slippery little downhiller. She's coming off the fringe.
And now second shot at number 15 for the 13-year-old sensation Michelle Wie. She is 1 over par on her round. At one point was flirting with the top 10 yesterday, was at 5 under par. Has had flashes of brilliance this week, Donna.
Yeah, she has, and still needs to work on her short game. Granted, she's only 13 years old, but that's what she's doing. She's trying to improve her game.
Has now made the cut in 5 of the 6 LPGA events she has played this year. Had a top 10 at the season's first major. A tie for 9th at the Kraft Nabisco. It's Annika by 1, a good one in Portland. We welcome you back to final round coverage of the Safeway Classic, and this is Beth Daniel for birdie and a share of the lead.
Rich, Beth had a great flop shot over that bunker. Just to make it 5 under for the day.
Dead center.
She is solid today.
Sizzling display of golf by our leaders. Sorenstam, Daniel both 5 under, Kerr is 3 under, and just before Beth Daniel, Suyun Kang. This also for birdie.
Trying to get it back to even par for the day.
Stylish player from Korea. Well done. And now Christy Kerr in the fairway.
Christy has driven it beautifully. Has 200 yards to the front, 217 to the hole, and as Lisa said, she needs to take it out to the right. A little draw. Very hard to go straight at the flagstick.
Good swing.
Oh, fed it in there perfectly.
What a shot.
And Donna, if you're a 25-year-old with designs on greatness, this is right where you want to be, in the final group with the best player in the world.
Absolutely. That's what I said. You feed off what the veteran player or the player that's been as successful as Annika, and pay attention to what she does.
I think Annika's going to be forced to play conservatively now. She's driven it too far to the right, and the pine tree is in her way. She has to hit a cut shot. She would have to hit a low cut shot with a wood to get there. I think she had designs on getting it right into that bunker.
Yeah, that's perfect, because it's much easier to spin the ball out of that bunker than the rough.
Ahead at number 11 just a moment ago. Second shot for Lori Kane.
Inside 100 yards. Oh, beautiful.
And now live for birdie, and this hasn't been a typical Lori Kane season. Donna, why?
Well, she's had a little bit of injury as far as her lower back and her hips. She has had 7 top 10 finishes. You might say it's a little bit of a quiet year. But I talked to her this morning, and she's been getting some good therapy on it. And really, this morning she said she felt great. So not a surprise she's playing well today.
Fifteenth on the money list coming in, but without a victory. And at this stage of her career, it is certainly much more about victories than it is about money. Well, Annika Sorenstam has had a series of very big moments this year. Most recently, the Solheim Cup, the British Open Career Grand Slam clincher, and earlier, Colonial with the men.
Well, it's tough to say. I think right now it seems like the trendy thing to do. I mean, me personally, obviously, I'm all for it, because I think it takes women's golf to a different level. We all get better by playing with the men, but I also think a lot of people want to see men and women play maybe together, or just maybe more often. And you know, for me, obviously, it was exciting. I've said I'm not going to do it again because it was so great, but I learned so much, and I'm sure the other players would do the same thing.
All right, third shot now for Annika Sorenstam.
And that was the one thing I was afraid of. Her ball did not get into the bunker far enough. So now, Donna, she's going to have a tricky shot with a slightly downhill lie.
A little bit on the downslope, you mean?
Yeah, if it had gone, you know, rolled maybe 3 more paces into the bunker, it would have been perfectly level and an easy bunker shot. This is one she's going to have to think a little bit about. Although she does have the natural backstop a few paces behind the hole, she can afford to hit it. She can afford to hit it a little extra as long as she has spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Might
maybe
come back a bit.
There, it's coming back a little bit. There it is.
That was a good shot. She played that about as well as she could.
And when we talk about Rich, when she's talking about improving her short game, she's talking about every area, you know, from 100, 120 yards in, putting, bunker play. And as far as I'm concerned, the men on the men's tour are the best bunker players ever because they're so strong.
Ahead at 12, Seri Pak, this for eagle.
Oh, just a little more speed, and she makes that.
Another good season for Seri. 3 victories, second on the money list behind Annika Sorenstam. 21 career victories now. And let's go to Lisa Kiggins.
Rich, this whole location today is a very tough one. Donna, I don't know if you came out and looked at it.
Yeah.
It's tucked on that front right. You have to be very precise with your iron. If not, it could roll back down that false front of the green.
And then on top of it, and we can see it, the hole is in the shadow, so You can't really see the bottom of the flag. You just have to really go off of your yardage.
That was from 128, 9-iron for Beth. Very safe play with that pin.
Christy Kerr now for eagle. This is a good opportunity now, okay?
And she has been hot with the putter this week. She is way better than her year average. She has putted 1.54 putts per green hit in regulation. That leads the leaders in this field. 28 putts the first day, 27 yesterday. Beautiful putting stroke. Reads putts great. Just a natural ability to putt well. Tough putt from the top tier down to the first, though.
Christy will have that tap in to get to 13 under par, 4 under for her round today. She is going to need a special effort, it would appear, if she's going to win.
I mean, really, these two have been playing very equally today in terms of stats. It's just that Annika has had the hole out and the 45-foot eagle putt.
Where is Christy off the tee, Kay, relative to Annika?
You know, within 10 yards. Christy's hitting it long this week. And Annika, as long as she hits it in a straight, she's very pleased with her driving this week. She only has wedges and maybe 9-irons into most of these greens. And she's very good with those short irons, so no surprise she's not eating up this golf course.
That said, Kay, we hear so much talk about stretching the length of courses on the men's tour. Is it time to begin to stretch some of the ladies' setups? This one's playing 6,300 plus yards.
Well, there's not too much more you can stretch out of this golf course. It's an old-style, shorter golf course.
Gives no ground. She will find a way, and the lead is 1 on Beth Daniel, and it likely will be 2 on Christy Kerr, pending the outcome of this short putt.
Like I said, Christy, she just has to keep saying to herself, I got to keep playing the way I'm playing. Don't make any adjustments. Let's just keep the pressure on and hope Annika stumbles down the stretch, which isn't likely but can happen. This to get to 13 under and stay 2 shots behind Annika.
She is doing about all she can right now. 4 under for her round. And now Beth Daniel sizing up a birdie putt. Let's go to Lisa.
Putting through the shadow, as Donna was talking about earlier, makes it a little more difficult to read. She's definitely rolling her flat stick today.
The putts we've seen, she's looked just a little bit more aggressive.
Well, we are just underway on the Homeward 9. Strap in, because this is going to be a sprint to the finish between 3 very accomplished players. We're back to Portland in a moment. Moment to go, and let's go down to Kay.
Short par 4, really a placement hole off the tee. Using a fairway wood to set up a short iron in for the second, and that was a good shot.
And now Grace Park for a par.
Having chipped a little long here, she's pitched it back to this position. Not much to it. Except a little more than she wanted. It's too bad she can't afford that at this point.
No.
Good season in many respects. We mentioned third on the money list, but frustrating in other ways just because she hasn't won more, just one victory. And she said herself she's a little tired of finishing third and fourth and fifth. Well, look here. Annika Sorenstam behind Michelle Wie in driving distance this week, the Top Flight driving report. Interesting, Annika didn't take up golf until she was 12 years old.
Right, she was actually a tennis player.
Pays to be long and straight in this game.
And the other thing too, Rich, Annika and her sister Charlotta, when they started playing golf, her parents bought them one set of golf clubs. And one girl got the even clubs, one got the odd. I think Charlotta got the odd irons, and so they had, 3, 5, 7, 9 like you do when you're a kid, and that's how they learned to play golf.
We've talked about her scientific approach to the sport. She gets that from her father, who worked for IBM.
But she studied to be an engineer.
Little wedge, slightly downhill lie will make this shot much tougher. There's just not much green to work with where that hole's located.
Head now to 18, and Meg Mallon is having a phenomenal day. 7 under par, including a hole-in-one at the 8th. Meg shot 60 earlier this year at Tucson. She's a streaky player.
And this hole on that back left corner, first 2 rounds played the number 1 hardest hole. I think yesterday it was very difficult when the wind was blowing. She likes it. Oh, and well, she should. Settle down.
12th tee, Beth Daniel.
Straightaway par 5 hasn't missed a fairway today.
Yeah, that should be all right. I'll just catch the right side of the fairway.
All right.
And she's right.
Grace Park on the tee at number 13.
149, Rich, to a fairly inviting pin placement. This par 3 can play fairly difficult considering it's only 149 yards, but very tricky to get it close.
Well, even with the round 166, as Grace has said, she's not been particularly happy with the way she's struck the golf ball this week, but in total is a strong hitter of the ball. And with our tournament in the Portland area this week, Grace was able to get over to the Nike headquarters to test their new irons and woods, which will be available this fall and next spring. The testing of new equipment is a necessity that not everyone enjoys.
I never really enjoy club testing, but I'm starting to accept it more, and just trying different clubs is always fun. I get to hit a bunch of clubs and see how they feel, learn more about each club each time, and especially when I find something that I like, then it's really fun.
Well, Donna, club testing is certainly a big part of the game today.
Well,
I'm guessing it wasn't 30 years ago.
No, not at all. But it's very inviting now because all the manufacturers are set up on the practice facility Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes into Thursday, depending on whether it's a 3-day or 4-day tournament, and have all the new modern equipment, all the new stuff that's out there, all the new shafts, all the new grips, all the new heads.
You recommend for the player at home to go get fitted as opposed to just buying something off the rack?
I tell everybody, go and get the demo clubs and try it, because sometimes, we can try and sell you on it, but cosmetically it has to look good to you too.
Moment ago, second shot at 11 for Christy Kerr.
A little half wedge, also off a downhill lie. Kind of slapped at that one a little bit.
now we're live.
It's a tough little hole in that when you hit a fairway wood, you end up with sort of a side hill lie, but a driver would put you into danger. Christy at least got it hole high. Doesn't have a lot of break to deal with. There it is. Oh, she's so smooth with that putting stroke.
Every time she steps over a putt, it just looks like she's going to make it.
It almost looks like she's just bowling, or she's just pushing that ball along the green.
One improvement she made was lengthening out that putter. I believe it was an inch, half inch or an inch, so that she could stand a little taller to swing the putter, which is another good tip for the viewer, not to get too short of a putter that you bend over that you can't see the line.
This part of the green where Annika was hitting to right at the flagsticks, only 15 paces deep, so she had a pretty good shot in. It just didn't check coming off that downhill lie. She has a pretty smooth amount of fringe to putt through, though. It's downhill, it'll be quite quick, so has to really be careful about the speed.
Work left for Annika and Meg Mallon at the final hole. This is for a round of 64. Planes overhead. We are right next door to the Portland airport.
It was nice yesterday with the wind blowing the opposite direction. We really didn't even hear them. They were taking off differently and landing differently.
Just outside the club, you get a little bit of everything. Transportation-wise, you get planes, trains, and boats and automobiles.
That's right.
As we're right along the Columbia River. It's just a beautiful spot. Well, a good day for one of the really polished professionals in the women's game, Meg Mallon. And Annika Sorenstam for par to maintain the one-shot lead. She has become rock solid on those short putts. Already 6 under par on her final round today, trying to defend here in Portland. Back at the 12th, Lita Lindley for birdie. A moment ago. It's potentially a big week for Lita Lindley. Came in tied for 49th on the money list. And currently is in 4th place here. And now Beth Daniel.
Having a go with this par 5 and 2. Try to roll one up there, 233 yards to the front edge.
Jeez, it flew too. Get way in that bunker then.
I was trying. Might still be on a little downslope, please.
Also a moment ago, Meg Mallon to shoot a round of 65.
Oh, great save. A birdie putt from above the hole, as we saw it, got away from her.
And always a pleasant smile from Meg.
The next group is number 28.
A couple of Ohio State products there embrace.
Yes.
Meg Mallon, Rosie Jones, and now Lita Lindley. Donna, one of the better dressed players on the tour, I think.
She is. She's a cutie. 7 iron. Yeah, she's not liking it.
Help it out. Right there. Sit.
Lita 3 under par on her round today. 10.
See if she can add to that 278-yard average she has this week.
1 birdie, 1 par on this hole, Kay.
She was close to it in 2 yesterday and failed to get up and down. It's a cool tee shot because you feel like you can just rip at it as hard as you want because it's like a valley. If you push it a little, it'll come back. If you pull it a little, it'll come back to the center. And that was big.
143K on the jugs gun. That's the ball velocity. Just a quick explanation for people at home, and how does that stack up?
Well, that's ball speed coming off the hit, you know, and probably the longest women are about in the 150. McGann, Wendy Doolin, they get up to the 150, but Annika's well above average.
How about the strongest men players?
I think Tiger's at 180, 182 or something, right, Donna?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
It's different from swing speed.
136 for Christy.
She's probably about 25 yards behind Annika.
It has been a week filled with excellent golf. Annika Sorenstam leading by 1. Good day for Katrina Matthew. She's 5 under par, coming off an excellent performance in the Solheim Cup.
You know, the players, after having last week off, are so excited about coming here because this is probably one of the premier golf courses that the players play all year. And everybody looks forward to playing. The weather seems to always be good, although, as you talked about at the top of the show, it's been unseasonably warm here. In fact, I was in the grocery store last night, and the lady says, "Have a nice evening, stay cool." Like, you know, and they have low humidity here. She doesn't have any clue how hot 90 degree in the east can be with the humidity. That's a beautiful place.
Among the players missing the cut, and you see the name Susie Whaley finishing at 4 over par. I think noteworthy, Kelly Keeney, who was 5 under par and right in the thick of it after round 1, shot 80 on day number 2 and headed home. Laura Diaz also missed the cut. Hillary Lunke, the U.S. Open champ, returning to the Portland area where she won earlier this summer. Pumpkin Ridge, the site of the U.S. Women's Open. Let's go down to Lisa.
Suyu Kang is coming off a 3-putt bogey on the last. Needs to get this one up and down to keep it at even par for the day.
Slow down.
You can just see how quick these greens are getting, Donna.
Right. Annika actually had some experience playing with Kang in Korea. About 3 years ago, Annika had a 1-shot lead over Kang. Kang shot 68 and beat Annika by 1 shot and was very impressed with her talent.
How difficult is this bunker shot, Lisa?
Rich, it's actually not that bad. She has a slightly downhill lie, but she has a lot of green to work with. That pin's in that back left hole location today. It's the first bunker she's hit all week. She just caught that a little heavy, Rich.
So a long birdie try for Beth Daniel. Well, this week we have seen a range of great players, from a 13-year-old phenom to the LPGA's oldest champion, Ian Beth Daniel. As part of our coverage, we like to look at one of the rising rookies on the LPGA Tour, and today we meet Young Ah Young.
My name is Young Ah Young, and I'm a rookie. I'm from Daegu, South Korea, and I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. Just a lot of times people call me this year, it's like Young Yang, Young A, which is my sister's name. And that's probably 2 most common one. And my name should be pronounced as Young Ah Young. I mean, I know that's very close, but it's just basically the way it's spelled. Y-O-U-N-G-A-Y-N-G. The last name is, I think, what's the mostly hard part. And then my name just being A alone, a lot of people think that's initial. I think A is an I, you know, like a vowel sound, but it's A, but that's how my sister's name is, which she spells hers A-E. So I'm like, well, that's my sister's name. That's not me. I came here when I was 15 to play golf and go to school at the same time. It was kind of tough to do that in Korea together, just being school taking so much time out of you. I went to high school in America for 3 years. Then Tennessee was one of the schools that I was recruited, and it was a lot like home. When I went there for a recruiting visit, it just felt right. You know, I think probably the weather and this environment was a lot like home. Daegu is somewhat conservative city, so Knoxville was a lot like that, and I just felt right with all the people that involved in the athletics at Tennessee. I mean, it was something my parents really thought it was important for me, and I'm glad that I, took their advice and graduated. I mean, I wasn't in a hurry, and I didn't actually feel like I was ready my sophomore year in college, so I'm kind of glad, I took the time and had experience with college golf and not experiencing with the LPGA players. And I'm sure some of the girls who turned pro early, they did because they felt they were ready, but I didn't. But, I'm very proud that I'm part of, Tennessee tradition. Yeah, I'm very proud. The beginning of the year, my goal was more like top 30 or 40, but then I had a, pretty slow start, so I kind of had to modify my goals. I think I'll be pretty happy if I can finish in top 30 pretty much every year consistently, and, from there, try to improve every year, maybe a little bit here and there, hopefully win a major sometime in my career.
Young-ai Young. Wonder if she's happy that the Volunteers pulled out an overtime victory over the Gamecocks of South Carolina. And now Beth Daniels. She was a rookie back in 1979. This for birdie. On a disappointing par on a reachable 5. And Michelle Wee, second shot at number 18. Michelle will play one more LPGA event, the CJ9 Bridges in Korea later this year. She'll head back to school in Hawaii. She is a straight A student. And now Seri Pak.
What a solid year she's had this year, and quietly just kind of moving along. Has worked as hard. Oh, settle. Oh, that's a bad break. Hit the downslope of that front part of that bunker. Has worked as hard as Annika and the rest of the players, and has played fabulous.
Beth Daniel. It's a par, and it keeps her within one of Annika Sorenstam, who is just behind. And we go back to that group in the fairway. Christy Kerr first to play, okay?
Yeah, Christy about 20 paces behind Annika off the tee shot. Good angle, though, from the right side of this fairway. Pretty long distance, though. 234 to the front, 261 total. I think she can chase it down there and get it very close to the front of this green if she tags it.
Ball's a little below your feet. Let's go to the left edge of that tower. Perfect.
Caddy realigning her, allow for a little left to right movement.
Good swing.
Trying to get it right through that gap between the bunkers in the front.
Oh, took a wicked kick to the right there. Now it's going to have to pitch over the bunker, but with that whole location in the back, has plenty of green to work with, as you can see there.
Annika drove it perfectly, a 283-yard drive. Leaves her 209 to the front, 236 total, so she has pulled her 7-wood. Ideally, she'd like to land this about 210, 215 on the green at the most. She striped it, looks great.
Oh, it hit very soft, Kay, but scooted on the front edge.
Already 2 eagles on the day for Annika Sorenstam. Could have been 3, but for a short miss on the front side.
Pull up on the left there, please.
Annika's crowd has backed Beth off her shot. As Val said, measuring 149 yards. If there's any bit of breeze, it's in the player's face. But it does play a few yards downhill. Beth's got her 7-iron. Got a little backstop behind the pin.
Come on, turn in. Oh, it's gonna hang right out there. Slide off that hill.
That's safe.
Beth Daniel, one shot back of Annika Sorenstam. Christy Kerr is right there as well, and we come back to Portland right after this. Michelle Wee for birdie at the final hole this a moment ago. Missed the cut, playing alongside the men. Good roll. A week ago in Boise, but did not certainly embarrass herself. 78-76 on a difficult golf course. A moment ago, Christy Kerr.
Little 50-yard pitch. Wants to hit a low skip and release type shot.
Scoop, baby. Scoop.
Executed it well, but darn it, just didn't release out as much as she thought.
Michelle Wee, just you look at her, 6 feet tall, Donna, 13 years old, and there has been some talk. Some of the experts think not unrealistic she could contend for major championships by the time she's 16 or 17.
I think that's putting a little bit too much pressure on her. Just let her just keep playing. And you were talking about her going to Korea. She's really excited about it because her grandfather, who is BJ, her father's father, it's his 70th birthday, so she's looking forward to celebrating that with him.
Annika Sorenstam for Eagle, now at number 12 already, has 2. Won the conventional way, made a long putt on a par 5. The other was a 102-yard hole out with a 54-degree sand wedge.
And she's taking her sweet time looking over the 75-foot putt. Knows the group ahead is still yet to get to the par 3 green. Not a sure thing to 2-putt this. Really going to have to bear down and focus on the speed. Try to get it somewhere within 3 feet would be great.
Something like that, Kay?
That'll do. You know, you have to be aggressive at times and be conservative at times.
Well, you would think at this point the pursuers are going to have to make some things happen if they want to catch Annika. It's not like the Annika's going to fall back.
Yeah, they can't wait for her to make a mistake.
There you go.
You know, you have to play your own game, and you got to beat the golf course. You beat the golf course, you beat the player. You think about it. You can't play her strategy. You got to play your own.
Became an icon this year in the world of sports. Let's go to Val Skinner with Lita Lindley.
120 here for Lita, nicely placed here in the fairway. She's got a 9-iron. She's at 10, needs to get to 11.
Oh, nice shot. Releasing up there. Very good.
And now Christy Kerr for birdie. Needs this one.
And constantly being put in the position of having to make a putt to stay within 2 of Annika. Annika hasn't holders yet, but you have to figure she'll tap that in for a birdie to get to 16 under. But I'm proud of Christy. I mean, she is sticking with her game plan. She is playing aggressively.
We've talked about a little under the weather, but as she said yesterday to us and today, beware of the ones that are sick.
And she did admit she felt a lot better today, so I'm sure she needed that extra energy boost.
Hold the line. Yes.
Big putt.
Well, that, in just a moment, we'll read 2 behind Annika Sorenstam, who has a tap-in for birdie.
Well, Rich, Annika won this event in record-breaking fashion last year at 17 under. Shooting rounds of 69, 62, 68, and I figure with her 2 rounds yesterday, she's averaging 66.8 on this golf course in the last 5 rounds. and she could beat her record.
Well, the lead is 2 now on Daniel and Kerr, heading for the home stretch here in Portland. Annika Sorenstam on her way to her 5th win of this season, 47th of her career. Still plenty of work to do and 2 talented players to hold off. Lita Lindley a moment ago for birdie at 14.
Nice opportunity here for Lita.
Annika Sorenstam on the tee, waiting at number 13. And Kay, what's the holdup?
Well, it's Soo-Young Kang and the group ahead hit it in the water, and it's going to take a little while for that group to finish out. But, you know, Annika has the most patience, I think, out of any golfer on this tour, and she's built to just stay in the present and not let anything fluster her. She has to. Donna looked so, I don't know, just really intense when I started watching her on the 6th hole today. It's just, it never ceases to amaze me, the attitude with which she comes out to the golf course each and every day.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, next week the LPGA Tour comes to prime time once again on the Golf Channel. Don't miss your favorite players at the Longs Drugs Challenge from Lincoln, California. Last year, Christy Kerr won by 1 stroke over Hee-Wan Han. 8 p.m. Thursday, and then stay tuned for more tournament action from the Nationwide Tour's Monterey Peninsula Classic starting at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, right after Golf Central. Beautiful part of the country. It is all next week on the Golf Channel. And the 13th green, Beth Daniel for birdie. Lisa?
Well, curious to see how she'll handle it after waiting that long time. It was actually quite funny. Beth came over and talked to me, and I was surprised that Kang dropped the ball where she did instead of choosing to go back to the ball drop area. She ended up making a double bogey 5. Very happy to get off this hole. Good thing for Beth, she was on a similar line. It's gonna break about 3 feet from her right to left.
She certainly is playing well, Beth Daniel. Soon to be 47 next month, October 14th.
Well, this tournament has always been so well supported, Donna. You know that, having won it 4 times. It's very pretty here, too. We're in the Rose City.
We, three of those wins were with Kathy Whitworth. We used to play a team event here. Bounced around to a couple different golf courses in the area. Thanks to Elon Ellis, who is the founder of the TGFI Foundation and recently passed away. Now, Annika. Somebody that was running across the back of the green there.
Oh, that will take you out of your sorts.
She could have had an eagle on number 5, had about 5 feet or so at the par 5, then came back and dunked one from the fairway on the par 4 6th, made a long eagle putt at 7, 5 under going out.
This hole playing 149 wants to take it just right of the flagstick. It's an 8-iron, maybe a 9-iron. When she gets into the hunt, she gets really pumped up. And this is going right at it.
Tee shot at 14, Beth Daniel.
Trying to get that ball to hook and ground hook. Got it in the fairway though.
And back to Christy.
This is a 7-iron. I don't think she needs to hit this hard. It should just be a smooth one. Saw what Annika's did, flying it just a bit too far. That was a real even-tempoed swing, but it's going a bit left.
Come back, come back, come back.
Oh no, that's up where yesterday's hole location was.
Christy Kerr is 5 under par through 12 holes today, but she's 2 shots back. That's what happens when you play with Annika Sorenstam. First 3 names on that leaderboard began the day tied at 9 under par. They have not disappointed with the caliber of play. Annika 7 under par, looking for more at number 13. Beth and Christy are 5 under par. Let's go to Kay.
This is going to be a really tough putt for Christy Kerr. The hole is located in a similar spot that it was the first round, only further back in the green, closer to the ridge. So what that means is coming down from the top tier, this thing is really going to be motoring. It's going to be tough on it to get this within 3 feet. She almost has to putt this just as if the hole were right at the edge of the ridge and then let it literally just start trickling over the edge.
Well, there's a ridge that runs right here, what Kay is talking about, and running down this way. What the players were trying to do is hit that ridge like a backstop and get the ball to roll back down towards the hole, but unfortunately Christy pulled it and it carried all the way up to that top shelf.
I mean, it's probably a 30-foot putt. She's going to have to play it like it's a 6-footer. Oh, that might be too firm.
Yeah, and she never got it high enough.
Oh, grow some teeth.
Never got it high enough. In fact, you can see that old cup right there. I think that was the first day's cup.
Well, that's why the first one is easier, because you get, at least the ball has time to slow down on the flat.
Right.
Moment ago, ahead, Beth Daniel, 14, second shot.
There's a 9-iron from 129. Tough to get it all the way back to that hole location. There's only 3 yards behind that flagstick.
Was Beth's second shot, and now Annika Sorenstam.
Annika's putt's almost tougher than Christy's because she now has to deal with not only that slope, but a huge amount of right to left break. She's picked out a spot about 4 feet in front of her ball that she's going to roll it over. Just tapped it.
Oh, slow down.
You have to hit the hole or you're going 5 feet by. That was actually pretty good to go with about 4.5 feet by.
Ahead at 15, this for birdie, Lita Lindley.
Difficult situation here for birdie, but Lita's an excellent putter.
Very well judged there, Val.
And now Christy Kerr for par.
Don, I think the big mistake both these players made was they looked at the total yardage number rather than the front yardage number.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, with that water just lurking there in front, you know, sometimes that's tough to do.
Yeah, they really wanted to land it like 3 paces on the green and have a relatively flat uphill putt. Christy now with about 7 feet for par.
It's early, Donna. relatively speaking, but this might be a must-make.
Oh, big two-putt.
And she knows it. She gives that fist pump.
For birdie at 14, Beth Daniel.
About 23 feet putting up the hill. Did she hit it?
Well, again, just a little short. Still hanging around. 2 shots back of Annika, who surveys her par putt at 13. Okay.
Annika had a couple of 3 putts the first round, but putted better yesterday. Actually, that round of 68 yesterday was mighty good in the late afternoon when it was so windy.
Okay, she bogeyed the first hole of the tournament on Friday and hasn't stumbled since. Check that she did make a bogey earlier in the round today and has now made another one. And so a rare miscue from Annika, and things tighten yet again. The lead is 1 on Beth Daniel and Christy Kerr, headed for a tense finish here in Portland. th hole, Christy Kerr.
Hole's located back left, so wants to hit it down the right center this fairway. Oh, but this went right to right. Needs a lucky bounce.
No sign of it. And ahead at 18. Good day for Sophie Gustafsson. 4 under par, and she was so impressive at the Solheim Cup, Donna.
That she was. Finished leading order of merit on the European Tour, which is like our money list. Oh, slow down. Won 3 tournaments this year. Also was leading order of merit in 2000. So she's been that position a couple times.
Annika at 14.
357-yard hole. Another short par 4.
Ooh. So back-to-back errors for Annika Sorenstam. Lita Lindley, 16th tee.
176 with a fairway medal of some sort here for Lita. 4 birdies today, in 4th place right now. Be nice for her to grab a couple more.
And a look now at the full field score. So just as we had said that Annika won't back up, the players are going to have to come and get her. She misses the short putt at 13. And just to finish up on Sophie Gustafsson, she elected to stay in Europe and play the bulk of her golf so that she would give herself a chance to win the Order of Merit and thereby qualify for the Samsung World Championship. She figured that was her best route to the World Championships, and it's paid off.
Right, and a lot of people might not know she's won 3 times here in the U.S. on our U.S. Tour, has 18 wins total worldwide. Very, very talented young lady.
Hits the cover off the golf ball.
She just annihilates it. She's matured as a power hitter. She's now really more of a confident control player, even though she swings at it pretty hard. But she's very talented.
Safeway Classic. Safeway has been a long time and very generous supporter of women's golf. And they stage, if you talk to the ladies, one of the very best tournaments all year long. And Beth Daniel now at 15.
Placed her 3-wood perfectly off the tee, just to put it in the left side of the fairway to get at this right hole location. I wouldn't think she would take this out to the right at all. Donna, what do you think?
No,
There's only about 4 yards to the right of that pin?
Yeah, that's it. And, you know, it's such a fun hole. Nice driving hole. Dogleg to the right, bunkers right and left. You got to fit your drive or your 3-wood in between those 2 bunkers. But you're right. She's not going to be right of that flag unless she hits a poor shot.
That was an 8-iron.
Oh, get down.
Earlier this year, Beth became the oldest to ever win on the LPGA Tour, winning in Canada at the age of 46. Previously, it was Joanne Carner. In as good a shape physically as she has been in a number of years. And a moment ago, Annika Sorenstam.
Just chipping out with a 7-iron.
Good play.
That's all she could do. She was blocked out by the big cedars.
And now we're live with Christy Kerr.
Everybody just come back about 2 steps. Thanks.
And Christy has an outside shy getting this one on the front of the green.
Maybe I will use you.
Okay.
So here's just to get it going. Low.
Right.
Up the chute there. What's our total?
45.
Okay.
You want a little right of it?
Yes.
Basically a long punch shot. 113 to the front, 145 total.
Stayed underneath the tree.
Stop. All right. That's fine.
Oh, that's going to be a tough up and down from
I know.
back there.
We're saying it's fine, but that ball is snuggled down a little bit.
Lita Lindley for birdie at 16.
Again, another long attempt. You just want to feed this ball up about 6 feet short of the hole and then let it release.
Just like that. Good tournament for Lita Lindley. She is 3 under today. Solo 4th place. Annika leading by 1. Beth Daniel for birdie at 15.
That was a great putt, Rich. It's hard to tell on TV, but that pin sitting right up on top of a little crown. Just tough to get close to it.
Beth is just hanging in right now. 1 back of Sorenstam. Annika has work to do just to make par. Back at 14. 3rd shot, Kay. We'll get to Kay in just a moment. And now we're live with Christy Kerr.
No, that shot of Annika's was a good distance, just a little wide right. Kerr has got a tricky pitch shot. She has a good lie in the rough, and it's an uphill lie, at least on it. I'll help her get some loft on this shot, but she has to land it right on the fringe.
From our angle, it looks like the ball is sitting down in the rough, is it?
It's not bad, no.
Oh, okay.
It's sitting up fairly well, and she's, it's kind of like a fluffy lie, though. Oh, no. If that lands 1 more foot, it would have trickled on and been perfect. Gosh, it's a game of inches.
Well, it's all going to be, on a bogey. If they bogey this hole, it'll be all off of that tee shot. This is a difficult driving hole.
Coming in October, it is the Ultimate Golf Challenge. 10 men competing for a chance to fulfill their lifelong dream of playing golf with Donna Capone. No, that's not that's not it.
Is that what that promo says?
It's the dream of playing professional golf. Only one will make it. Tune into the season premiere Tuesday, October 7th, and see who will survive some of the most challenging golf skills ever devised. The Big Break premieres October 7. The Big Break coming this October. Should be a great show. Lots of fun. All right, Annika Sorenstam for par.
Just a couple hours ago, things were free and easy. She was rolling in 45-foot eagle putts. Now, struggling, trying to keep from going bogey back to back. Good try there. That's highly unusual. You do not normally see her make 2 mistakes in a row.
Yes, that's so true.
It's almost like the bogey at 13 affected that tee shot.
Uh-huh.
And Kerr was not rewarded with that punch shot. It was a pretty good punch shot, but as so often happens, you hit it a little extra firmly and oops, it scoots over the back. And today, being over the screen was not where you wanted to be. But she has, a good lie in the fringe. There's an outside shot she could pour this one in. It's just inside 20 feet.
And it's for a share of the lead.
Hello.
Do that, Christy Kerr. And good call, Kay. And so with Annika dropping a shot, Christy Kerr showing some mettle and some fire. Game is on here in Portland. They would call that, the Trailblazers announcer would say Rip City.
Rip City.
That's a swish.
Uh-huh.
That was more like a slam dunk.
Well,
though.
I tell you, it was moving.
And you can count that putt of Kerr's as a no putt.
That's right. She's putting off the green. Working on those stats.
And so now we have a three-way tie atop the leaderboard, right where we started the day.
Yeah.
It has been exciting. All three players are 5 under. Annika was 7 and has now dropped 2 in a row. So you just never know. And we certainly stand corrected as we look at Beth Daniel. We did make that comment that Annika will not give ground. But again, the game of golf yields to no person, no matter how great.
The game of golf, Rich, and Annika is human.
Absolutely.
Well, if you look how well Beth has played the last 3 holes the last couple days, is 1 under, 2 under par for 2 days on those last 3 holes, and they're not the easiest.
Just want to land this about 170 and let it run back there.
Okay, pin high.
And tee shot now at number 15 for Christy.
Well, this circle of last 4 holes looks like it's where this tournament is going to start. And these are tricky, challenging holes. Every shot from the tee shot to the putt.
Beauty.
Good looking drive down the left center. Ideal position to go at the back right hole location.
Well, a career comparison now. Beth Daniel has been around for a long time at a very high level. And Annika Sorenstam, 46 wins. Win today, and she would pull to within 1 of Nancy Lopez on the all-time list. Nancy's sitting 6th at this point.
Annika has straightened it out, is going a little to the left.
Clearly, Christy Kerr with just 1 win stands to gain the most here, playing alongside 2 of the best the game has to offer. And she's right there, tied at 14 under par. Welcome back. Drama in the late afternoon here in Portland. As good a tournament, non-major, as we have seen this year. For star quality, for closeness of competition, and for the level of shot making. Beth Daniel tied with Annika Sorenstam and Christy Kerr before a very sizable gallery here in the Rose City.
Rich, a very makeable birdie opportunity, not a lot of break to it. Try to get the outright lead. She said that a little firm.
Annika Sorenstam shot airborne,
And that was a good-looking 9-iron, Rich.
You are right, Kay. Good chance for birdie.
Well, both these two players drove it excellent. Laid down the left-hand side, which again gives you a better angle at that back right pin. This green is not deep. It's only 27 paces deep. Pin is actually about halfway on, 13 paces on.
Yeah, the pin's just right of the flag side.
It's a little hard to pick up the flag stick in the shadows.
It's almost a cathedral-like setting out there, Kay.
Yeah.
The beautiful tall trees.
It's almost like a chess match now. I mean, every shot, every play is so important. And it's all about, who can pull through the shot under pressure and who can make the least mistakes. That a 9-iron also, trailing off to the right. Oh no, buried in the lip of the bunker.
Oh, wow.
Fried egg.
I had one of our staff people come up with this stat. In 17 events, Christy scoring average on Sunday is 70.8. Annika in 13 events is 70.2. And the lowest in those last 3 or 4 pairings that we had, Grace Park's average after 17 events is 68.7. Unfortunately, not having the best of days right now, even par for today.
So many times Annika has a big lead and can just play conservatively down the stretch.
And now Beth Daniel for par.
Rich, as Kay said, a very important putt at this point. Every shot is so critical.
Hold on.
Oof. It's the second one we've seen where it's just snuck in.
Coming up next, it is the Sprint Post Game. Recap of everything that has happened in the day in golf. All the analysis. Lively conversation. The Sprint Post Game coming your way next, only on the Golf Channel. That's a theme song you whistle throughout the day. Catchy. And now Christy Kerr. And Kay, what does she have?
Well, as I said, a very undesirable shot at this point. Only thing she has going for her is that it's on the upslope. She has a decent amount of green to work with. This thing is going to come out with some overspin. If she can land it about on the fringe or maybe just on the green, it may work out okay.
Is it plugged?
Yeah, it's a good fried egg.
Oh, geez.
But you can see a good portion of the ball. I mean, it's not as if 3/4 of the ball is covered. Looked like to me that was just a thin shot, kind of maybe towed it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was a weak quail. I know she's just mad at herself because it couldn't have been more than an 8-iron.
Well, Beth also wasn't happy when she played this hole. She pulled, I think it was an 8-iron, gripped down on it and pulled it to the center of the green.
Christy would have taken that shot right now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, what a shot. That was very good.
She popped that one up very delicately.
Christy Kerr continues to scramble. And here now the tools of the trade for Christy. Uses the Nike driver, 8.5 degrees.
And the ping 3, 5, and 7 woods. Boy, she has an assortment of clubs there. Clubs, these are the money clubs as far as we're concerned.
Don't see Christy with the glasses these days, just part of really an amazing overall physical transformation she's made in the last several years. We talk about Annika Sorenstam having gotten quite a bit stronger, but Christy Kerr has done quite a bit of good work off the course in her own right.
Gone from a size 14 to a size 4. How about that?
women want to know the secret there.
Yeah, let's watch Annika here putting for birdie.
She should put out a book. This
Donna,
is for the outright lead.
She's birdied this hole 2 days in a row. This for the third birdie on this hole. That was unbelievable. It did break a little bit, but
and again, in what feels a little bit like match play.
And if you look, Rich, at the way these three leaders have played the last 4 holes, both Daniel and Annika have played them in 3 under, Kerr 1 over. So she's at a disadvantage, but as we know, stats tell a certain story, but you can throw it all out the window when you're in the heat of battle.
And the way Christy is rolling the ball after that slam dunk on the last hole, and you documented earlier in her round how well she's been putting this week.
First bogey of the day.
That as weak as the previous putt was bold. And so she will drop to 13 under.
This is where a veteran caddy like Worth will talk to her and say, calm down, settle down. Excuse me. Got some holes left.
Tied with Beth Daniel, Christy Kerr 1 back. This twosome now with 3 holes to play, and suddenly the birdies are no longer flying as things get a little tight out here. We are headed for an exciting finish, and join us back in Portland in a moment. Tied for the lead with Beth Daniel, Annika Sorenstam set to tee off now at number 16.
Stuck one in here tight yesterday. 176 yards to the flagstick. Going at the center of the green. That's a good, smart play. No need to challenge this flagstick today.
Fairway at 17. Let's go to Lisa Kiggins with Beth Daniel.
Perfect drive by Beth. Took a 3-wood just to place it where she wanted. Has 132 yards to the flag. Should be a perfect 9-iron for Beth.
Lisa, this hole played the third hardest first 2 rounds. Difficult green. 3 tiers or 4 tiers?
There's 3 tiers
3
on
tiers,
it.
yeah.
I think this is the easiest hole location of the 3 days. Just on the front left. Play slightly downhill. I think one of the prettiest holes out here.
Oof. A bit of a mistake there. Although she's been known to chip them in.
That's a fairly easy chip shot, Donna.
Yeah.
And a moment ago, Christy Kerr, tee shot at 16.
With a 6-iron hitting directly into the descending sun. Drawing it a bit too much.
Christy's 1 back of Annika Sorenstam and Beth Daniel. Annika looking to defend her title here in Portland. While we were away, Beth Daniel, 3rd shot, 17th hole.
As I said, Rich, very makeable chip shot.
She hit it. Oh. Good try.
And now a long birdie try for Christy Kerr at 16.
Yeah, it's a 40-footer. She hammered it.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. That got away from her like no other putt has today. A very disappointing outcome now on 15 and here at 16. That's the little ingredient, Donna, that separates the best from the good.
So true.
Par for Beth Daniel. So she remains at 14 under par. And while the two players behind her, including Annika, have wobbled somewhat, she's remained steady. Annika now for birdie.
Well, another misread for Annika. That ended up being about dead straight. She thought it would move a little to the left. These greens are so subtle on some of the flatter greens. Some holes you have to play 3-4 feet of break, and others are just outside the edge. I just can't believe Kerr hammered that one so far by. She is so good with speed control. I have to think that it's nerves and excitement.
Lost her concentration. It's happened to all of us. But
no one knows what it's like unless you've been there. I mean, all of a sudden it's not that you're scared, it's not that you don't want to be there, but your body just starts doing strange things.
Calm down and visualize your line, stroke it on the line you've picked.
This is a good 10 feet.
Can she reach deep yet again? She certainly can.
Wow.
Resilient Christy Kerr will stay one shot back. Showed us toughness at the Solheim Cup, and she's showing it here again today. Tied with Beth Daniel. Beth Daniel with 1 hole to play. Sorenstam and Kerr with 2 to go. What a run it's been over the last several years for Annika Sorenstam. As we look at full field scores, just to give you an idea of the kind of tear she's been on. After the 2000 season, Donna, you know this. Annika had 23 wins, Kari Webb had 22 wins. They were linked side by side. Now Annika has 46 victories and Kari has 28. And that really is not necessarily a knock on Kari. It just speaks to how amazing Annika's been.
Yeah, she has goals. She sets goals for herself. And in fact, I don't think anybody but Annika and her husband David know exactly what, and probably Terry McNamara, her caddy, what those goals are, because she won't share them with the media, but you can pretty well figure it out. She has periodically said she wants to win more majors, but she says, I don't want to talk about what my goals are. They're personal goals that I have to achieve, and she doesn't talk about it because everybody puts pressure on her to, are you getting close to those goals that you'd set? And she's just amazing. It's really, really been fun to watch her the last few years.
She'll play in the Skins game with Fred Couples, Phil Mickelson, Mark O'Meara later in November from the same tees, we understand, as the men. Lita Lindley second at 18. Val?
Oh, very difficult shot for Lita to secure a 4th place finish. She's got about 160 to the hole out of this fairway bunker. She's scooting it a little to the right. She needs to get lucky.
Oh, she is. Scoot onto the green. Well, it'll be a long putt or chip, but...
Need a car to get to that hole.
Yeah, she will.
Out of the 17th tee, and Annika Sorenstam.
Annika's got a 3-wood.
Yes, she does.
It's actually her 4+, which is like a 3-wood. Just aiming to take this down the right center. Bounce it off that mound on the right.
And we've talked so much about this hole being one of the tougher driving holes. Right now, when the wind is down, it really isn't difficult. It's difficult, don't get me wrong, but when the wind is blowing, it's hard to keep your ball in that fairway.
And Christy Kerr cannot afford to make any more big mistakes.
Guess what? Looks like she's got the driver, Kay.
Well, I guess she wants to get it down there a bit further so that she can have a wedge in.
Actually, it might not be. She's got it teed down pretty low, so this could be a 3 medal.
bogeyed this hole the first round, birdied it yesterday, hit it to within inches. No, going a little right.
Seemed to jump at that one, Donna.
She's going to be boxed out by some trees. That was another miss to the right.
Well, she missed it right on 15, pulled it left on 16, and missed it right on 17. I'll get this right, yeah.
Here's a look now at 18, and this is Su Yun Kang.
Coming off a birdie on the 17th, she's got that one leaking a little right.
Bunker about 225 to that bunker, about 262 or 3 to carry over it.
Donna, a little stat I looked at about Beth. She hasn't had a bogey on this backside in 3 days.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Very.
She's only missed one fairway so far today. It was in the first cut.
She has this new Fusion driver by Callaway, and she is loving it.
Good little break there.
They've had great crowds here on this Sunday. No reason to stay inside. The Seahawks have a bye week, and this is Seahawk territory. Seattle about 3 hours away. Temperatures in the 80s, clear skies, and the best are engaged in a stirring duel to the finish. Welcome back. Christy Kerr continues to fight the good fight, Kay.
Not in total jail. She can hit a low shot and cut it, or she can get it up even a little higher and cut it as well. Just depends on much.
Go, come on. Run. Oh, crappy shot.
Well, Annika is in ideal position, smack dab in the center of this fairway.
Hold up, please.
135 to the front, 144 total.
Is it a little downhill, okay?
Yes, just a smidge. Not a breath of wind out here right now. As still and perfect as can be. Looking good, bringing it in from the right. Oh, hello.
That's right.
Well, you could sense the door was open there. Looking straight down the throat, and she is going to do what she does best. She is going to attempt to close that door. 14 under par, and likely about to go to 15 under par. And here is some of what Annika has done today. It has been quite a roller coaster ride. The FedEx Player Tracker. Second shot at number 6 for Annika Sorenstam. And, okay, 102 yards with a 54-degree sand wedge. This after she had missed about a 5-footer for eagle on the previous hole. And now at another par 5. So she eagles to par 4, now looking for one at a par 5. The 7th from 45 feet. Get in. Back-to-back eagles for Annika Sorenstam. And now at number 12. Fly the eagle here all day long at the par 5. And a lousy birdie. That would get Annika to 16 under par, 7 under for the day. And then things get a little shaky. Par putt at 13. Rims the cup. Also made bogey at number 14, so she dropped back-to-back shots, but she is about to gain one back here at number 17. That's our FedEx Player Tracker. Annika Sorenstam, and now Christy Kerr. She might need to pull out some magic here, Kay.
And that's been her position all day. It's almost like she's never had control of this tournament. She's played catch-up, and she's done a fairly good job. But some untimely, unforced errors make it look like she is not going to win her second event here in Portland. Little pitch from 25 yards.
Well, one more look at the second shot from Annika Sorenstam.
You see her gripping down on this 9-iron and taking the ball right at the flag.
Just so good.
Now, her distance control is so good that when she grips down on the club like that, she knows she's taking 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 yards off of a shot.
The most talked about figure in the world of golf in 2003. Don't forget 13 wins worldwide a year ago.
Can't count out Beth yet, because Beth still has the second shot into the green here after hitting a good drive.
Huge shot right here for Beth Daniel. Lisa?
Rich, it was kind of funny. We were walking down the fairway and we saw her drive just get a kind of a nice little break over that bunker, and she put her hand across her forehead and like, whew.
Yeah.
She's laughing. I'm like, take advantage of it.
Well, she had to hear the roar back there on 17, knowing Annika stuffed it in there.
This is from 121. Looks like she gripped down on a 9-iron.
Oh, good play. Good shot. Right under the hole.
She's going to have a great chance to get the birdie she most assuredly needs. Back at 17 green.
Kerr with a longer par putt than she would have liked. Wishing that were a birdie putt instead. And this is going to be a tough one to swallow if she ends up bogeying 2 out of the last 4.
Just some errant shots. One right, one left, one right, one left. You can't. Oh,
I guess the stats didn't lie this time. Kerr played the last 4, the worst out of these 3. Annika now finish off business.
One shot lead with 1 to play, and Daniel ahead has a reasonably good look at birdie. Here's a great champion, Beth Daniel. 33 career victories, a member of the LPGA Hall of Fame. Has really rejuvenated herself at the age of 46. Looking for her second win of this season. And she will need this putt upcoming, and we'll have it for you when we come back to Portland in just a moment. Moment ago, Annika at 18.
Would love to make it just one more good, solid drive. Oh, wow, she absolutely roped that one.
she really went after that one, Kay. It looked like a lot more aggressive than some of the other tee shots.
And now ahead to the 18th green, where Beth Daniel studies a birdie putt that she has to have.
Rich, I know she heard the roar, but she hasn't seen the scoreboard. Her caddy, Ralph Scarenzi, looked at it. He knows that she's got to make this one. From where Annika just hit that drive, I don't see her making bogey from there.
Best putt a little uphill.
Slightly.
And swings to her left. Is that correct?
I don't think it's more than a cup out on the right, though, Donna.
Okay, but it does move that way.
My goodness. Oh. Fine round of golf. 5 under par 67. Such a good roll, Donna.
That was, you could see the look on her face. You're going, wow.
Well, now you have to hope for the mistake that you're fairly certain will not happen. Live with Christy Kerr.
She said walking down the fairway, maybe we'll get lucky. She has been known to hole out a lot of shots from the fairway. Like 3 years ago, she holed 5 shots during the course of the year from the fairway. She's lucky that way, hoping for something here from 102 yards. You have to be ever optimistic in this game.
Correct.
Oh, true.
Perfect. Be right. Sit.
Annika now, watching and seeing how firm that is back there. Got a little bit unlucky after that great drive, has a bit of a downslope to deal with. Just makes this shot over water a little more interesting, but only has 98 yards. Caught it cleanly. Needs to get down a bit. Oh yes. Just what she wanted to do.
The great champion needing 2 putts for her 47th victory, strengthened not only by that rigorous physical training regimen, which has given her some 20 additional yards off the tee, but by the ballyhooed experience at Colonial. That was an experiment in handling a different kind of pressure, and we see the benefit of that experience in a situation like this. Phenomenal crowds here on this Sunday afternoon supporting really one of the best tournaments of the year. And a sponsor that has been by the side of the lady professionals for a long time. And I think it's noteworthy. With the Women's World Cup of Soccer going on, the Professional Women's Soccer League is in some deep trouble, the WUSA. And certainly you would hope for the best. There's some phenomenal athletes. But it underscores just how successful this league has been thanks to players like Annika and sponsors like Safeway.
We have in our men's some of the greatest sponsors that a tour could have. We've had some that have been there for years, and this tournament happens to be one of them.
Now, 2 putts for the win now for Annika Sorenstam. Win number 5 on the year. All right, let's go down while Annika is waiting to Lisa Kiggins with Beth Daniel.
Thanks, Rich. Beth, bogey-free round 5 under. You played great.
I did. I missed one fairway, missed one green today, so I can't ask much more of myself. I just didn't make it happen. The front 9, I could have really gone low on the front 9. I missed had a 12-footer for eagle, missed that, and missed a 9-footer on the first hole, missed a 5-footer on the 6th hole. So, I played well. I put myself where I needed to put myself. It just didn't happen for me today.
I know you put a new driver in the bag. You see, it looks really good to me. What did you put in the bag?
Well, Callaway was out here testing this week, and I've been looking for a driver with a lower spin rate because I spin the ball a lot, and this one seems to spin a lot less. And yesterday in the wind, I thought it performed very well for me, so I think I'll stick with it a little while longer.
Well, great playing. Congratulations, but it's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Back up to you two.
Unfortunately, thanks very much, Lisa and Beth. Unfortunately, it is over for Christy Kerr. She will settle for a solo third-place finish. At one point, battled back from several shots down to a tie at 14 under par. But then those miscues late.
Rich, it looked for a while the way Annika was really cruising. She got it to 16 under after 12 holes, that she was going after her own tournament record at this course. But she has a chance now to get it to 16 under, but obviously she's just thinking about two-putting.
Hey, come on now.
Beth Daniel looking on.
Photographer over there?
Yeah, there was a photographer up top that clicked too soon. Looking good, looking great. Oh yes, perfect lag.
Well, valiant effort by Beth Daniel. You begin the day tied for the lead at 9 under. You shoot 5 under 67. And when it's not good enough, you walk away and say, I did my best. Up against the best in the world. But who knows, maybe when all is said and done someday, maybe the best ever in women's golf.
Okay, do you think Christy, with her cold, maybe just ran out of juice?
It could have been. You know, so much adrenaline playing in the last group, and she fought so hard the first 2 days. Yeah, she could have just been a little tapped at the end. She will be going on to Sacramento to defend for the first time. This is Annika's second successful defense this year.
And the first to successfully defend here at this tournament in 30 years. Kathy Whitworth won back-to-back in the first 2 years of this event. It is win number 5 on the season, 47th of her glorious career. That's David Esch, her husband. They all feel good. The Annika train rolls along. Welcome back. It has been an exciting afternoon here at the Safeway Classic. A good one for the LPGA Tour. When Kathy Whitworth won here, the inaugural in 1972, the payout was $3,750, $180,000 to this woman, and Kay Cockrell's down with the champion.
Thank you very much, Rich. There are many important people who make this tournament happen, make it possible, 3 of whom are here with us today. I'd like to start by introducing the gentleman to my far right, Mr. Lyle Waterman, who's the president of the Oregon and Southwest Washington division of Safeway. Thank you for your continued support and commitment to the LPGA and the community. Next to him is Mr. Bill Hurst, who is the tournament chairman here at the Safeway Classic. Congratulations on one more great, fantastic, exciting event.
Thank you.
And to my immediate right, Mr. Tom Miletus, who's the president of Tournament Golf Foundations Incorporation. Again, congrats, you threw a great party this week.
Thanks, Kay. You know, A great event. This is our 32nd venue here in Portland at Columbia Edgewater, and I want to thank Columbia Edgewater, the board of directors, the members, and Gordon Kiakawa, the course superintendent, for the great job he does. And the Tournament Golf Foundation, 47 individuals and their wives that put this event on every year with over 36 committees, and we direct over 1,000 volunteers. And really, a great big thanks to Safeway Stores and the Safeway Foundation, from Lyle to President, CEO, Chairman of the Board, Steve Bird. They have been tremendous in supporting this event over the years, and they understand what it takes to put on an event of this magnitude. And more importantly, all the fans that have come out all these years and the volunteers, we couldn't do it without you. And a great thanks to Annika, and congratulations, our defending champion, coming back to defend her title. And another great congratulations to her induction formally into the Hall later this fall. So Annika, you're a great champion. We look to have you back again next year.
And how about the official handoff of the trophy? Annika, congratulations. This is your 5th victory. Last year it was your 10th. This is a very special place. You made it dramatic, exciting today. Can you put into words what this event and this win means to you to cap off a very extraordinary year?
Yeah, it's been very extraordinary. I almost feel overwhelmed, even though this was only my 5th victory, if you would put it that way, compared to 10 last year. I do feel like I've done everything this year, playing in the Colonial, Soham Cup, you name it. It's just been a really long year, but also very, very memorable. So to win here means a lot, to be the defending champion, to go head and head with these great players, and then be able to pull it off. This is why I practice. This is what it's all about.
Congratulations once again. You are the 2003 Safeway Classic champion. Once again, great show, great playing. Rich?
Okay, thanks very much, and congratulations to Annika Sorenstam. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long from Portland, Oregon, where Annika Sorenstam once again reigns supreme as a great champion.